take any chance to sell stocks during a busy week of earnings. That's what Kramer's saying. That means there is one hell of a gaping coming. What is the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Old Sell. I hope, of course, you are all well. Today's video I'm recording on Saturday before I go out on my birthday celebrations. I have been sharing that on my social medias. I sort of celebrate, take the piss really, celebrate my birthday for about a week. Started on Thursday. Today I'm going out with all my gentleman friends for alcoholic beverages. So I'm looking forward to the day. I thought I'd get this video recorded. I'll do the edit tomorrow in case tomorrow I'm maybe not looking so peachy. If anything comes out between now and tomorrow, well, forgive me, it's changed, but I don't think it will, because the serious news is out there. Kramer's telling everyone to sell. We have seen a bloodbath. Last week's video, I said what I was doing. Don't care what happens this week. Any bear rallies, any potential, I am buying dips in the short positions I'm in. This market's going down. We know the situation, what to expect in the markets the week ahead. Well, let's have a look at the Roundup. USA stock markets had a turbulent week. It was turbulent, I have to say. Some of the swings this week were unbelievable. The plan hasn't changed. These little bear rallies, I'm not falling for them. I fell for one about 3 weeks ago in Tesla and I've got hurt on that. Sick of these little traps that are being set up by the big boys. People think I'm down 30%, I'll buy the dip. You buying dip, throwing more money into a sinking hole isn't going to change the direction. It isn't going to stop you losing money. It's going to make the thing worse. Let's look at the SPY. This is on the monthly chart. I've told you this, if you're interested in the trading course, I can teach you how to trade on the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the hourly, when you're sitting on a toilet. Whatever situation you find yourself in, there is a way to trade. You don't have to be an expert in it. You don't have to know anything. I teach you it all. This is what you could do. Once a month, you could just look at the chart and go, all right, what's it saying? So you'll be riding it this month. December of last year, when we started talking about it on the channel, you would have went, still not below our averages. We'll hold off. Sell symbol comes in, starting to feel a bit more, maybe time to sell. This would have been in February time. You go, okay, and you get access to the sell indicators. You could have went, I'll maybe leave it one more month. Here, you go 1st of March, you go, I'm still kind of on the averages. Do I want to sell out? I've had a great run. I'll maybe give it a bit more time. This one, you're gone. You're out of it. You're out of the trade. And that is you being as reserved as possible. You shouldn't have been anywhere near this trade come April time. And you would have sold or shorted, you would have been in and around 20% up. Now, looking at this, like I said, we're well below our averages now. It's fell off the side of a cliff. Look at our RSI, still shows plenty more room to the downside. MACD, plenty more room to the downside. There is no reversal coming, plenty of volume coming in. We can see here though from the volume, there's plenty of support. Covered this to death in all my other videos. This is more for anyone new to the channel. There's where our support level is. You can literally see this line right here is right on this support. This is where the volume comes in, 38%. That's where the volume is. This is where the lows of March 20 after the pandemic. Most stocks, growth stocks, if you look at them, are around that level. That's why I'm not going near the NASDAQ. I feel like if there is any opportunity for this to turn around, the likelihood is the NASDAQ growth stocks, they've taken the biggest pounding. Still probably a bit more pain to come, but I would fancy them to have some sort of bottom coming up. SPY's not there yet. You're still looking at around a 20% drop. If that scares you, then, you know, subscribe to the channel, we'll get you through it, don't worry. So Kramer's not too happy, he's selling all around him. We had some earnings, banks, mixed bag, some did well, some didn't. So next week, Big Biden's gonna sort out the gasoline prices. We'll wait and see what that says. It's all about earning season, guys. So Monday, we'll have a look at the charts in a moment, but let's just have a look at our update asset classes, commodities, oil, dollar. Things are pulling back a bit, especially on the bond side of things and the stock market. That reverse is starting to become apparent. Bitcoin's held up pretty well. It's still floating around sort of 19,000 at the time of recording. It's holding up. Still think that the end up will be 13 grand. We have big Charles Schwab, who's in the news quite a bit at the moment. Bank of America. Tuesday is our Johnson & Johnson. That'll be interesting. Johnson & Johnson, if you look at the charts, it just historically stays strong. Albertson's dream. Oh, the Albertson's dream, guys. We had the Albertson's dream. We covered that. That was one of the last ones. All the consumer staples were the last to fall off the cliff. We sort of covered them when sort of probably about this time last year we were swinging in a rhythm, using them because they were the last ones. We did our due diligence, we showed that they were the last ones, great trades. But the Albertsons dream's been bought over. Kroger's that came in, I think, and bought them billions, a multi-billion deal, 20 billion, I think, or something like that, 40 billion could be, I don't know. I could put it up, I'm not going to. But anyway, sad to see them go. I've really fancied them when the bottom came to ride. So it makes one stock less. We'll just be looking at the likes of Dollar Tree, Dollar General, those types of ones. Wednesday though, Wednesday's the big day, Tesla. Delivery numbers are down, but the deliveries that they did deliver are the more expensive vehicles. So doing the math on that, that could be a really interesting one. Tesla's quite beaten down at the moment. Could see a jump there, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla still was to go down to those sort of price targets of in and around 160 range. So maybe that'll just be the momentum for it. So all eyes on that. Rolling down here, you can see, there's all the guys, Netflix, Johnson & Johnson, we've talked about, Tesla and PG, obviously are the big boys, the big market caps. That could really be the signal to push this market down if none of them do well. Big market cap holdings will pull it back. There will always be winners and losers. I see it being a mixed bag, and I think this could be the earnings season that really shows the problems, really pulls it all down. My tip out of all the earnings this season could be Netflix or could be Facebook. I think Facebook has been really upfront, got all the balls out of the bath, really set the stall down, really took a real beating in the share price, really outlook was grim the last few quarters. I think a lot of stuff's been baked in and potentially they could bounce. Could be completely and utterly wrong. I mean, we know the likes of their ad revenue and all that is down, and it makes sense for that to be down, so it'll be interesting. But I just fancy them to be, I feel like they're so beaten down, so much bad news, that even a slight expectation beat, I think they could pop. We'll see. I'm not playing earnings, by the way, not playing earnings. Usually I do play earnings sometimes on fundamental news for the crack. I usually like to be out of everything, and some ones I would just pick for a bit of a feeling. Usually I'm quite good. The record's been pretty good, but I think this time I'm just staying out of it, guys. The only thing I'm doing is buying short positions. On the days we get a rally, I buy short positions. The market's going down, that is my feeling, which we'll get into in a moment. Watching the world's second largest economy on Monday, investors can expect a growth update. Like I said, Friday was brutal after Thursday's really late revival rally. Didn't fool me though, we went short, and speaking, it's all in the Discord, we just went short. Everybody was winning. We did cover this, can't believe this happened. Someone actually threw tomato soup over the Van Gogh sunflower masterpiece. Disgusting that happened. It's part of history. Whatever the reasons are behind it, I don't agree with that. I think there will be revolt. I think we've talked about it, how this depression, and you think about the 80s and the recessions that happened then, the hooliganism in football, everything, the big rise of people standing up. It's been proven in history when these hard depression times come that the people stand up, and violence unfortunately is an outcome of that. So to see things like this already, it's quite scary that this is happening. Greg put in his wins in, so roughly 95% in realised gains this week and 185% in unrealised gains. He's held his short over the weekend, and if he did cash out, he'd be up 280%. Well done, he was smashing it, sending in all the screenshots, 53%, look at this. And all he was doing was following charts when he's working. Look at this. The guy's a legend. Like, he's actually out doing his bricklaying job, making money, driving, making money constantly, just sharing his wins, and all he's doing is shorting the market where the probability is of direction of this market, and he is backing that. That's all you do. That's all charts is. It's not Mystic Meg or what will happen. It's purely understanding the probability of where the markets are going, probability of something happening, and going, what is the most likely outcome. Some great wins in the Discord. But if the stock market is getting you down, like I said, don't keep throwing money in your pit. Just sit out. Cash is king. There's going to be an opportunity to change wealth. This is going to be game changing, life changing for the generations to come. If you are the winner, don't keep throwing money in. You will get wrecked. There's plenty more pain to come. We really haven't seen anything yet. And even at a 30%, 40% pullback, it could get a lot worse from there. That is just me basing it on the average. Bear in mind, the average, not the worst, the average stock market crash. That's when I'm going to start feeling comfortable buying into my longer holds. So we're not there yet. Still a bit to go, whether it be a month, 6 months. Don't know how long it'll take us to get there, but when it gets there, that's when I'm buying for the long haul. So if you're interested in knowing when that is, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Better yet, you can also subscribe to the Discord, $3.99 a month. Load of new members. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the Discord over the last couple of weeks. Stocks to watch this week, it doesn't really matter. Just tread carefully. I'm buying shorts. The story hasn't changed. And just to pick up people's spirits a bit more, let's talk about NU clear stocks. And I'm saying it that way because I think I've heard that YouTube doesn't like you talking about that. I wonder why. These types of stocks are getting a lot of coverage at the moment. Why are people, government officials, buying into these types of stocks? That ever tells me that there's going to be a big massive funding that's going in to these types of stocks, or worse yet, they're preparing for war of this type of nature. We know Russia can just push a button at any time. This is scary. Go on, I recommend even going on watching like someone like lighthearted, like Russell Brand's YouTube channel, where he has talked about this to death and all the stuff that's came out this week. It is terrifying to think that this could happen. I'm very nervous about the times. I'm very nervous about the market. I keep saying in the Discord, you know, investing isn't everything right now. Take a set out. You don't need to do anything. The likelihood is anything you invest in is going to do very little over the coming sort of 18 to 24 months. Anyway, Bitcoin, all that, nothing's going to happen until 2024. I feel that will be the general trend. There will be big rises. There'll be bear runs, all of this. But I think if we look back over this period, In a couple of years time, I would say it's just going to go in a channel and it'll just sit there. It probably won't do a lot over that period. There'll be great wins. They'll be able to swing in and out. We're going to make a ton of money. But for the long-term holder, looking at it, it's just going to go sideways. So I would consider all of these things in your decision making.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Yeah. Coincidence.
Check out this video next. This is where we talk about, this is where you can become a millionaire by simply dollar cost averaging and taking your time and investing into good companies. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.